Hello, welcome to Jade Kind Gaming. My name is Adam, and today I will be unboxing another of the Pathfinder flip mats. This time we have some swamp ruins, which of course useful here. It folds up here into this size that fits on a bookshelf, and if you keep it in the sleeve, you can have a little label on the side of it. That's what I do. It'll unfold to a 24 by 30 mat with 1-inch squares as a grid. And use whatever the markers to mark it up and such. Let's take a look. So, just a sleeve for marketing and works well for storage. And there are two different sides of ruins in a swamp. So we'll begin with this side that is sort of villagey, little village with a bit of maybe some sort of temple or something in the center. Just a little circle of huts, because it has been asked for in the past. Little scale mini. It's a medium-sized creature, fits inside the 1-inch grid. So, when we have like just our general, like our swampy texture, on many sides of just this sort of water and marshland, a little drier land, which things are set on. It looks like there is a bit of stone texture leading some paths, but obviously overgrown as the swamp is taking it back. In general, the buildings here have broken sides. Now, obviously, you cannot see inside of the buildings. It is just the roof of the buildings. But in general, I think the idea is that this is going to be like a monster encounter map, and it is from within that, those are your monster spawners. Those are where your lizard folk, or your frog people, your grung, or whatever, run out of. But just a circle of buildings that are broken, mixed with swampy ground, some bits of stone texture, all throughout, surrounding the entire thing. And in the middle, fold one of these over, we have this actually does not appear to be broken building, but it appears to have an open center. There's stone ground. There is some sort of archery, like a bow and arrow temple. So it could be a temple to some sort of ranger, hunter, deity. It could just be a fancy, that's north, whatever it may be. And there are clearly entrances from the side, because you can tell by all the little cobblestone paths that lead up to the four sides of it. Obviously all greenery all around it. The swamp is overtaking it, but this sort of temple is what remains that the buildings are around. And perhaps the monsters that have taken over this former village, use it as a temple as well, because the monsters could be goblins. They could be lizard folk, things that still have a society, of course. But yeah, so you have this temple in the center, and just, again, all around it, just broken buildings. On the other side, we have more of a fortress ruin that is being taken over by the swamp. A collapsing someone decided, I'm going to build a castle in a swamp. And this is how it works out for them, because you don't do that. We will begin over here with what appears to be the main gate. We have a little wooden roof section here, which was, I would gather, probably stables. But is of course collapsing as well. We have these collapsing bits, and like you can tell, these are like sort of towers. There's a trap door here. Again, we don't get to see inside of them. You can see sort of like the water, texture is like going right up to the gate. Like it is, and it's even like the water goes up here and through, and you can see this collapsed section of wall because the higher water of the swamp has broken it down and this corner tower has collapsed. But yeah, more just going out there. Another collapsing corner tower. Corner that's just sort of swampy. And then we get what was the fortress itself, which has multiple levels here in the middle. You know, from that tower courtyard area. There's stairs going up into, you can tell by the thick walls here, inside of a bit of a building. And there are obviously multiple floors here. There are stairs that go up here from here. Looks like that looked like stairs, but I think it's just supposed to be the wooden rungs that is like the beams that made up this roof before it collapsed. But yeah, so like 2 levels here. Collapsing walls on this side to enter from outside. So you can enter from all sides. So if your characters are walking through the swamp and find themselves under attack and try and use it for shelter, maybe it's just truly abandoned and you take shelter there, but something attacks in the night that can come from all directions. Or if you are trying to, say, attack whatever creatures have taken this over, perhaps this one is taken over by, like, a black dragon. You know, young adult dragon deciding, you know, this is a good spot to start collecting his treasure. So, there are certain options for swamp-based ruins. But yeah, so whether it's lizard folk, or bullywugs, or grung, goblins, black dragons, any of the other swamp or marshland creatures, just giving them a bit of a, you know, once society was here and has collapsed and they're repurposing the remnants, the walls of these structures. It makes for an interesting environment because it adds things like, you know, cover. Places for people to hide, to come out from, etc. And just varying the environment. Yeah, so I will link down below where you can pick up the Swamp Ruins map online, or of course you can check if you can get it from your friendly local gaming store. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.